everybody, I got this Axial SCX10III here recently, and I just kind of wanted to make a video where we take a look at it and run it and just sort of see what we think about it. Alright, so here's the truck. You might be able to tell that I've already filmed the running portion of this video, and the reason that we're not doing an unboxing is because I had the truck before I had the YouTube channel, so I didn't know I was going to make this video when I unboxed it. Let's start off taking a look at the body. I like the body on this. It's got a lot of little scale molded parts, like there's a radiator. It's got these fenders that are nice. They kind of protect the Lexan from the harsh realities of the world. These sliders, body kind of clips into there. It's got headlights and taillights with LEDs. There's a full interior in here, which you might not be able to see because the truck is dirty as heck. But there's a full interior in there, and there's a driver in there, as well as a roll cage that you can probably see now. Hood vents, windshield wipers, all sorts of little molded plastic parts. These guys, these are decals. It would be really cool if they were molded, but that's okay. I think I've seen online already that you can get some 3D printed parts for that, so I may do that. But yeah, the body looks really good, and I'm pretty into it. I think Axial did a great job here. Alright, so here's what you get when you take the body off. You can see that we have inner fenders all the way around. That's always a plus. They got holes in them for rock lights, so a little bit of dust gets in, but you can also put some rock lights on there, so that's pretty cool. You got a battery tray back here that'll accept a longer stick pack. You have a smaller battery tray over here for shorty packs. You have this cool engine cover right here. I guess it kind of looks like a little LS1 or something, but V8 engine cover that actually covers your motor, and here's your steering servo on the truck. It is a Metal Gear Spectrum servo. I think it's like a 15 kilogram, so I think that's around 200 ounces of torque. Definitely good enough to get you going. You'll see the Spectrum 2-in-1 40 amp ESC receiver combo there, which is sort of a rat's nest, but it does the job. It certainly does. Moving on to the wheels and tires, we get a B-block wheel. It's plastic, but it looks really good. It's got this little hub nut cover deal here. I love to see that every single time we get it. The tires are a Nitto Trail Grappler licensed tire. They're a little bit hard, and I can tell you now that I noticed just a lot of slipping when I really needed traction, but they're definitely good enough to get you by, so I wouldn't worry too much about that, but it's definitely probably a place where you'll want to upgrade, and you'll be able to easily thanks to the B-Lock wheels. The SCX10III Ready to Run comes with this Spectrum DX3 radio here, sort of like a ready to run version of a DX3. It has this cool thumb control here. I love that. All your trims are right here on the side. All of your other controls are on top. And if you have Spectrum smart batteries in there, you'll be able to monitor your battery level from the controller. So that's all pretty cool. Nice little lanyard hole there. Good feeling radio. 3 channels, right? So let's go back to the chassis real quick, and I'll tell you what the 3rd channel is used for. And that's this little servo right here. This little servo operates the dig function, and what the dig function does, if you're not familiar, is it locks up these back tires and allows the front ones to receive the power from the motors only. So you can turn and hammer on the throttle with the dig function engaged, and it'll pivot sort of like that. You do have to hold the button to keep the dig engaged, just so you know. But yeah, so this truck actually has 4 channels worth of features built into it, but you only get the 3 channels with the ready to run electronics. So you get the dig, but this truck is also capable of having a 2-speed transmission. You can also lock it into high or low if you want to run it as a single speed. by moving this little spacer here. So mine is moved to the outside, which locks the transmission into high gear. If you take this off and open up the transmission and pop that spacer into here, it'll be on the left side, I think, of the shift fork in there. It'll lock it into the first gear. Or I'm sorry, I think it's actually on the right side of the shift fork, but it'll lock it into first gear. So you can have it in low or high, and it's actually not that big of a deal to have to pick either low or high on this truck, because there's just not much of a difference between the two. Like, there is a difference, but it's not huge. You're not really missing a lot by having it locked into either one. So I picked the high gear because I think that is more my preference, but for some people they'll probably want the low gear, and that's how the truck comes out of the box. So now we'll take a look at the suspension. You get a 4-link suspension system in the back, all metal links here, which is great. Straight axle, and these are, sorry, I'm just chucking the truck around. These are portal axles, so you get that little bit of extra clearance, which I like. I'm just going to drag it around. In the front, we get a 3-link suspension with, if I can see it easily, a panhard bar back there. Get threaded aluminum body shocks all the way around. Obviously they're oil filled. I think they're 90 millimeters, and yeah, that about covers the suspension here. Metal gears, oil filled, threaded aluminum body shocks, 3-link in the front, 4-link in the back. Pretty solid. Now that we've had a chance to look at the truck, let's head back in the past and we'll see how it runs. Welcome back to the present. I had a total blast running this truck. I think it's pretty awesome. The suspension is super plushy, and the truck is a lot more capable than I don't know. I don't want to say it's more capable than I thought it would be, but it's definitely very capable out there. The type of running I do, mostly on trails, not a lot of rock crawling, so people who want to do hardcore rock crawling might have a different experience. But the area that I was able to take it to was pretty cool. It's this open, clear-cut area in the middle of this trail system here, and it's kind of ugly because you leave this nice, tight, beautiful nature paradise kind of thing, and you come out into this if Fern Gully went bad sort of scenario, and there's just these logging trails, but the water wears these ruts through those logging trails, and that just makes for awesome kind of like canyons for a truck like this. So I had a lot of fun out there. I had a lot of fun with the truck. It surprised me in a lot of ways. It did a lot of stuff that I didn't think it would be able to just as a 10th scale RC car, and it totally did. I liked that. So yeah, that's awesome. And also, I think my filming skills have improved because I like the way the running videos look for this truck. They're getting better every video, and I'm happy about that. So that's a good thing for everybody. With that being said, I do have a few cons that I've written down over here, and we'll go over them. Con number 1, the shocks started leaking after like 4 hours of running, which sucked. They were pretty much out of oil by the time I got it home. So a good 4 hours of running plus a drive home, and I had empty, no longer oil-filled shocks. That was lame, but I did a little bit of searching. I found another video on YouTube which inspired me to try to fix them myself. Currently testing to see if that has helped the leaking. We've got 8 hours on the truck now, and there hasn't been any leaks, so if I can get another couple runs in, I'll make a video on that as to how I sort of fixed the shock leaking problem. 3, weak panhard mount. It's very flexible. I can definitely see that being a part that breaks, probably in the near future. 4, tires aren't that great. They look cool. They're really tall. They'll definitely get you going, but they are not, they're just not the grippiest tires in the world. So that is an avenue for an upgrade. 5, and this is more of a gripe than anything else. I do wish that this thing came fully capable, fully functional as a ready to run. And what I mean by that is that I don't think the truck should have a 2-speed that doesn't work when you pull it out of the box as a ready to run. Just make it a single speed then. I don't know, I just think that's goofy. It's cool to have the option, but for the price of the truck, it's $499. The TRX4 is $499, and Traxxas lets us have our 2-speed and the lockable diffs, which would be the dig function in this truck if you think about it. So I think for the money that Axial kind of missed the mark there. Should have all of its functionality included. It does have lights. I guess the TRX4 does not come, the regular one anyway, it doesn't come with the headlights and taillights, but I would trade that for a 2-speed. So yeah, that's it for my cons on the truck. None of these things are deal breakers, and they are certainly like, they're like avenues for upgrading, you know, like the panhard mount. Oh shucks, I got to get an aluminum one. That'll just look cool, and it'll be better, you know, so that's fine. The tires, yeah, I got to go pick some tires out, but you're going to get tires that are better than any ready-to-run tires if you go buy some hop-up tires and wheels. And you don't even have to buy the wheels because these are B-locks on here. So, yeah, no deal breakers. I think the truck's awesome. I would recommend it to anyone. I had a 10 out of 10 good time running it. And speaking of upgrades, I have plans for this truck. So, if you want to see those, maybe you should subscribe. And if you like this video and you want me to make more like this video, then maybe you should give it a like. That would certainly help the channel. It's a small channel right now, so any likes and subscribes and comments are certainly going to help me a lot. I would appreciate that. And honestly, I think that's it. I think that wraps it up. I will do another video, or I might separate the running video into just a running video for people who don't want the whole review. But yeah, I think that's it. I'll see you later, guys. Thanks.